Arsenicum. We use arsenicum for food poisoning, diarrhea. We use it for fear. Look at the picture that I'm coloring in with the reaper standing outside. We use it for restlessness, feeling neurotic. It's not judgmental. We all feel neurotic every now and again. Asthma and burning pain. Burning pain, very clear keynote of this remedy. So what else? When you need arsenicum, then very often you feel extremely ill. It's not like you think you're a little bit ill. You feel very ill. And you don't want to be left alone. For the same reason, it's not necessary that you have to be with someone in the same room. You're quite happy to know that there's someone in the room next to you. So it's not like that the presence has to be there right in next to you, just so that you know that you could probably just yell and then someone would hear you and come. Everything has to be done in a certain way. I also put in controlling. It's kind of like a little bit the same thing, but it is where you have your routine, you like it to be done this way, and you feel insecure if it's not being done in the same way, because then you can't guarantee for the outcome. Also, arsenicum, they'd like to drink in small sips, and they prefer something warm like tea. And they feel cold, but pains are always burning. So you can also see how this girl in the picture, she's wrapped up in something nice and warm. So what else? Fear of death, bad stomach and digestion, respiratory problems associated with anxiety. So, that could be asthma. It could be, it's just that it's something in that area of the body and it's connected to anxiety. Restless and a picky eater. Cold with a great urge for heat. Anxiety with both inner and outer restlessness. So you see how restlessness is huge in arsenicum. Burning pain that improves with heat. Weird. Yes, it's true. So even though they have a burning pain, they like to sit next to the wood burner or to the stove or the radiator or whatever heat source that you have. Has a great urge for company due to fear. Symptoms worsen at night. So if we look at the clock on the drawing that I'm coloring in, it says 1:30. So when we say that the symptoms are worse at night, it's actually between midnight and 2 approximately. This fear and anxiety is exhausting for both the patient and their relatives. They feel dependent on their doctor and other therapists, and there is a danger that they may be perceived as hypochondriacs. And I say that in this way because I don't like to, some of these words that we use in homeopathy, they're so harsh, they're so hard. I like to try and look a little bit deeper. But anyways, when we're prescribing, we are looking at the person, and you could say, hey, you could be mistaken for a hypochondriac right now. That's good enough. They are afraid of death and of possible illness and are incredible difficult to calm down. So the other homeopathic remedies, actually, like a remedy like phosphorus, very similar to arsenicum, but they're easy to calm down. Not so with arsenicum. Orderly and perfectionistic, loves to make lists. You see, this is actually what she's doing here in the picture in the middle of the night. Everything has to be in a proper place, just the way, that's just the way it is. And arsenic or an arsenicum condition is characterized by great physical exhaustion and mental restlessness. The patient doesn't want to be left alone. There must be someone with him or her. Burning inflammation while the patient is feeling cold. All other symptoms except a possible headache get better from heat. So headache maybe won't get better from heat, but pretty much everything else. Arsenicum can treat diarrhea that comes after eating bad meat, vomiting, when you're worse from midnight to 3 a.m. For everything that exists in our bodies, runny nose, runny eyes, diarrhea irritates the skin in the surrounding area, so that's what we call corrosive. The patient is very thirsty and wants many small sips of mostly warm drinks. In short, anxious, restless, perfectionist. Very anxious about one's symptoms. Burning pain, which is relieved with more heat. And then we have other helpful hints. Phosphorus and arsenicum may resemble each other, but phosphorus is easily calmed down, where arsenicum will always have anxiety running in the background. If you like this information and if you like my coloring books, you should go and find them on Amazon. They're being sold on all Amazon platforms. Or just go ahead and use the link in my bio, where you will be taken directly to them as well.